Hey, Scrapbook friends, it's Nicole from Nicole's Scrapbooks, and I'm here with episode 76 of our Theme Park Thursday. This is a layout that maybe didn't need to be put in my scrapbook because there's no pictures of us, but it was an unusual experience for us. We don't usually stay for the castle stage shows. These are really the same height. I just realized they look like they're not. And it's not exactly the idea that I started with in my head, but I guess it never is. But I love the way we were able to kind of mimic the look of the bricks with the rounded corners of all the pictures, and to use some more of the Enchanted Princess paper, which I hoarded when Creative Memories brought it out and then said it, once it started to retire, I added a little bit to my personal stash so I would have it for things just like this. So stay tuned to see how our castle stage show layout came together. All right, so another big stack of photos right here from this castle show. We don't usually watch the castle show. That's not from the castle show. I don't know what made us decide to watch this time, but I figured this needs this would be a good thing to do a layout about. I think I'm just going to crop these down quite a bit. I actually had the opportunity to go to a retreat. One of my friends as a guest this past weekend. I didn't have to host. I didn't have to teach. I didn't have to do anything. It was great. I did not, of course, bring this project. This project I'm only working on these Thursday videos. But I did think a little bit about what I might want to do, and I was thinking about like the bricks. Now, one of the joke questions they asked are how many bricks did it take to build Cinderella's castle, and the answer is 0 because these are fiberglass. It's all a show, but I thought it would be fun to do something maybe like a brick, and I have the Enchanted Princess paper, so we use this for the Festival of Fantasy Parade. But I also, I have a crop venue where I hold my customer crops, and then I have my stuff at home. But because I'm working on this album here at home, I had this one at home with lots of Enchanted, and then I had this one over there with lots of Enchanted too. So I brought this home. This one has more stickers, but I was thinking about these, the little castle turret, somehow incorporating these into the layout. And then I thought about, what if I made like a brick wall, kind of put this along the top and made a brick wall. Let me pull out my sketch pad. And this does still have kind of our sketch from last week, which is not really what our Jungle Cruise ended up looking like last week. But what if I did, and I hope you guys can see these when I draw them with pencil. What if I did like something where I put the little turrets here, all the way along the top, the stickers, but then down here on the bottom, I could just kind of do, if you look at these stickers, how they kind of have like the brick design, but it's just gray with little white and even pink squares. What if I just did a bunch of little squares? I don't know if I'd have to do them all the same size. I don't want to have to do them all the same size. Maybe round the corners, and then also fill in some of the other places with like gray cardstock. And I was watching a YouTube video, somebody doing a layout share on YouTube. I can't remember who it was, not a Creative Memories person, but she had done a layout that was on a white paper, and then she had put white like die cuts on it, and it looked really cool. And I thought, what if I used the same color of cardstock, like gray on gray? I think I want to do a different color up here. Maybe I do blue, like in the sky, and then, but do this on gray, and then do kind of cut the, round the corners and just do a bunch of these little small pieces, because I don't need the whole castle. I probably want 1 or 2 with the whole castle, because I do like having the 50th anniversary logo and stuff on there, but I kind of like a whole castle. And on these, I zoomed in a lot to get to the stage show. So I don't even know if I have one. There's kind of the whole castle. So I could put that, but do that like as a brick and all these other things. So I don't know if we have any brick paper in here. I can't really remember what papers are in here. I've got the wizard and the princess, like this paper. Is exactly what I need. Oh, it's that wizard. So this isn't even the princess version. I'm always sad when paper packs go away, but I love to have new paper packs so that we can get new paper. And this is kind of a bluish gray. I think it was called sky gray from a few years ago in a cardstock buffet. So what if I did that as the sky and then did the castle here and then put these little things along the top, castle stage show, and then cut all these little guys up and just did almost a collage with like mimicking these little bricks. I think that's what I'm going to do. You know, am I the only person that thinks about scrapbook layouts? Like when you're trying to sleep or you're driving or whatever, I think about like what project I'm working on and what could I do and try to be creative. And, you know, maybe not. Maybe that's just a me thing. But anyway, that's what I've been thinking of. I'd forgotten about this paper though. I was just going to do gray on gray. And I think I'm going to use this paper, and that's just going to make it easy. And I'm going to cut these small and round the corners. And who knows, maybe it'll be fast. Haha. I have actually done layouts relatively quickly before, so who knows what could happen. But this paper has been in my stash for a while, and it's looking a little bedraggled. So I probably don't need to use a whole piece for the base. I could probably weld it together, but it is nice to have a base cardstock to start with. So all right, so I'm going to cut these apart. Apparently I've liked that kind of ribbon bunting because I used both of them on this. I think the one that I used for Festival of Fantasy, I had already cut these apart into two little pieces, but let's see. You know, I never used to do this. I never used to peel the backing paper off until I started working with Debbie Martin. And now, it's been life-changing because the sticker, well, life-changing maybe is a little hyperbole, but the stickers are, they're a little bit different shape when they don't have the white backing around them. So I think that's going to help me. And I think I need to adjust my camera. All right, I'm still in the process of this whole scrapbook room redo, making progress for sure, but you know, I keep having to stop to go off to scrapbook retreats and just like that. So still working out how the logistics of the recording and all that are going to be going. But I think this is a better angle. I'm on the screen more of the way, and yeah, hopefully you think so too. So whenever I do two of the identical scrapbook papers, this is just a dumb me thing, but like I don't want this to be exactly the same. I don't know why I care, but I think what I'm going to do is either roll this around so those corners are a little bit different here at the top, or you know, I'm going to trim maybe 2 inches off the top to fit these guys in. And then this could be 10 inches. And really, the best thing to do would be just to use this as my base and put a piece of this blue, a 2-inch piece of this on top, and then put this sticker over the top rather than lay it. So I think that's what I'm going to do, layer it. I think I'm going to just cut, and that way I don't have to worry about this little edge that got dinged up. And this is actually really thick cardstock. Let me look in here. Was there a cloud paper in here? I can't remember if we had. Oh, we got the clouds with the little hot air balloons, but yeah, we didn't have just regular cloud paper. We had in a couple other, like a cartoony set. I don't want a cartoon. I just want like something neutral-ish. I think we're going to do that here with a 2-inch stripe. It doesn't feel very thick, does it? And then, like I say, instead of, you know, just making sure that these are not exactly the same orientation. See, like right there, they're the same. I just turn it that way. I can see the little pattern. Maybe I do want it to be the same just so that it is consistent. I think I do, because can you kind of see that little stripe? There's like a little visual stripe. So never mind, ignore everything I just said. We're going to do everything exactly the same. We're going to put this on here and here, and then these are going to be on here. Okay, and then I'm going to cut my pictures, and I'm not going to use all of these, of course, but I think I want that one that has the whole castle and some of these that are up close, and I just have to decide. And you know, this is one of those things that when I'm ordering my pictures, I don't know what I'm going to do, and I don't know how the pictures are going to look. You know, it's hard to see sometimes on the computer. My vision's not that great, and you know, the older I get, the less great my vision is. But like these are awfully small, so maybe I don't even want those, but that's Elsa. Oh, but see, like I have that Elsa and that Elsa, so I don't need this little Elsa. I can use the big Elsa. I can use that one. So I think I maybe printed far more pictures than I'm going to need. I don't need all of these with Tiana. Oh, this could be a problem. What if I only need one? I'm going to keep this one in just to show how close I was. Or we were. I assume we were all there together. I don't have any pictures of people. That's a cute one. This one Elsa made it snow. That's a little fun. That one better. And sometimes I don't zoom in very much because I feel like when I use the zoom on my camera, it's a little bit more pixely. Like it's, you know, there's the two kinds of zoom. There's optical zoom, or like if you have your big digital SLR and you know, have the big giant lens that pokes out. That would be an optical zoom. It comes through the lens. And then there's the digital where it just kind of, the computer or the chip or whatever in your phone does that for you. Oh, I want that one with the, I want that one. You know, the computer just digitizes it. Oh, Pete person, put your camera down. Maybe I want this one because the camera is not quite blocking as bad. Anyway, rambling as I do. All right, let's try those. If I need to put more in or fewer in, I can. But like, these must be the guys from Tangled or something. I don't know who they are. They're going away. But I think I want to do some kind of consistency. So this one, I think I'm going to do 2 inches by 2 by 3 for this one. This one, I think we'll do a 4 by 4 with the castle spire right there on the 2 inch. Bump it up against the top so that it's just right centered. Cut that little girl off. Sorry, little girl. Mickey. Sorry, we're gonna. Oh, what's his name? The gator from Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Lewis? I can't remember what his name is. I don't think it's Lewis. It's not. I mean, I think he's supposed to be kind of like modeled on Louis Armstrong, but I don't think that's what his name is. 3 by 4. That's a little bit big. I maybe don't want that. This one I'm going to keep intact. Let's do a few of these. Do kind of small, maybe like 1.5 by 2. That'd be a good little brick size. Plus I'm cutting off all those other people. You know, when you're taking pictures like at the castle or at these shows, people always hold their phones like way up above their heads so that like it totally blocks other people. But a lot of the time, if you just keep the phone down where your eyes are, you can actually get just as good a photo. So it's really a little pet peeve of mine. The worst is at night during the fireworks when people have their lighting on, you know, their exterior lights. First of all, you're too far away for the exterior lighting to do anything. Secondly, you're blinding all the rest of us. But thankfully, everybody usually will say, hey, turn off your light, turn off your light. And people usually obey. All right, I'm gonna cut a few more of these. I'm not gonna make you watch and or listen to me ramble about this, but let me cut a few more of these, just random shapes, and then we'll see. Like these two are very much the same. I don't know if I'll use both of them, but we'll see if we can make this whole brick by brick concept work. All right, so maybe I do need to talk to you while I do this. So like this one, it's got the snow in it, but I got this guy's head, so maybe I should have lifted up above my head because I don't feel like I had that guy's head in other pictures. So I don't know what I was thinking, but I am gonna just kind of crop him out as best I can. I don't like that. I don't like having people's heads in my pictures. You know, is it too much to ask that like you guys just let me have Disney to myself for once? Okay, now I'm gonna go back to, I'll do this one square. Now I'm gonna go back to cutting and not talking. So I'll be right back. Okay, I have now cut all these little photos and realized to my horror that I referred to Louis Armstrong as Louis Armstrong. I totally know the difference, that it's not Louis Armstrong, but I cannot for the life of me remember the name of this little alligator. Maybe it will come to me. I'm gonna have to look it up at some point. So if you already know the name and you're sitting at home yelling at your screen, I'm trying to get your ESP vibes. So want that one at the front, kind of that top with the big castle show, and then this one at the bottom with the fireworks. I'm gonna leave those intact-ish. And then, oh, this is, I don't think I need that one. This is the one I was going to show like where I was from distance, but I don't think I care. Because I notice a lot of these are very similar, you know, Mickey and Olaf and Minnie and Olaf and Anna and Elsa and Olaf and Tiana and whatever his name is. It's not Ray. Ray was the lightning bug. And of course, I don't have any idea what like the storyline of the show was, because that would be too logical for me to try to remember something like that. This is one of those minutes when I wish like Michelle was home, because I could just say to her, hey, what's the name of that what's the name of that dragon from the, not Tiana's Bio Adventure. Oh my gosh, you guys, my brain is not working. Princess and the Frog. What's his name? Anyway, she would know. I don't remember. But I'm having a problem now that like this is Olaf, this is Princess and the Frog. Do I mix them up? Even though I don't feel like they were, it was like different parts of the show, but I don't remember. And I don't have my computer with me. And I can't Google on my phone because my phone is right here. I think it doesn't matter. This could be a little brick right there. Another brick in the wall, as the song goes. Oh, I kind of like them not, you know, obviously real bricks, you know, I've talked before about how I like to have straight lines and kind of have everything, you know, all snap to grid is what it used to be in like online publishing type software. Maybe still is maybe, but I don't want it on a grid because you don't do that really with, I mean, I guess you do one row with bricks, but you know, you need to stagger those joints when you're doing bricks. So put the little snow down there. I like this one because it's got Donald and Daisy in it. I'm sure that like Elsa was at the end. They kind of save her for big dramatic. Yeah, see, I'm trying to line them up. Oh, don't line them up. I guess I can actually go a little higher. I've got this poking down too much. Now this is the part where you just, you know, I just have to move stuff around and figure out what I want it to look like. There's no right or wrong. Well, there's maybe some rights and wrongs. There are design rules, which, you know, maybe are made to be broken. I do have to admit, it has been many years since I've watched The Princess and the Frog. That's my excuse for why I do not have any idea what that alligator's name is, although it is driving me bananas. Just be glad you're not sitting here next to me while I go bananas. I think I'm going to trim this a little bit, make it a little bit narrower. It doesn't need to be 4 inches, even though I'll leave the little banners on both sides, but I think I like that better. And that actually makes it not centered, which is more visually pleasing, turns out. And I can fit this guy here, which is what I wanted to do. I don't want these to be the same height either. I mean, I have lots more pictures. If I feel like I need to put any more of these little guys, I can. But I think this looks okay to me. I might need one more right in here. But let me get my corner rounder, and I'll just round these corners. It's interesting to me how many people have told me that the corner rounder was one of the first tools they ever purchased from Creative Memories. And, you know, a lot of people have the old red one or the blue one, but we don't use it as much. You know, it was like the first tool. Is it just that it's outdated? Okay, mine is obviously full because it's not that full. It's leaving specks all over. All right, apparently I had something stuck in there. A piece of paper stuck in there. All right, this one's a little hard because I feel like it blends into the background a lot, but I guess that means that the cloud or the bricks are the right color. I don't remember what the name of this show was either, and I don't know how much I care. This is the kind of thing that, you know, I probably wouldn't, if we went to the stage show every single time we went to Disney, I don't know that I would scrapbook it every time we go. Except I love scrapbooking. I don't mind scrapbooking the same thing. There have been times when I have accidentally scrapbooked the same exact event more than once. I went to a Creative Memories thing, advisor retreat in 2018, and I printed the pictures twice and I scrapbooked them twice. And I like the second one's better, so that's the one I kept. but I actually kept the other layout too because I can't throw it away. It's got pictures of me and my friends. So I need like a backup album for layouts, photos I accidentally scrapbooked twice. All right, so that, yeah, see what a different look it gives than the square corners. It just softens them up, and maybe we'll do that. Yep, I can't do it. I'm struggling. Struggling with the not lining things up. Okay, well, we'll fiddle with this a little bit more when I get it done. But I think what I need to do first, before I do this one, is stick this down so I know exactly where I can go with my pictures. And then, I can stick the pictures down and decide if I may need to just trace around them with a pen. You know, that's my magical favorite trick, is to trace around them with a pen. I usually do the stickers at the very end. Uh-oh. It's going to go to the edge. It's going to go off the edge. Oh, it doesn't quite. Yeah, because the sticker is 12 inches and the little thing bumps out on the side, that's the end of the 12. So that goes edge to edge, but I really wanted it to go cover this whole blue. Dang it. Oh well. We'll pretend it was done on purpose. And of course, this is a, you know, these kind of, I can't remember what these little guys are called. This kind of edge castle, where this one is more the pointy, triangle-y castle. Let's stick that one down. After I got them all arranged, then I moved it, and now I've got to go through this all again. I don't know why I spend so much mental energy trying to figure out, you know, the perfect photo configuration when nobody's going to care except me. And even I probably won't care later. I care in the moment, and then after it's over, I forget what I was even concerned about. But it is what it is. So now I got to wonder, do I need some little gray, other gray squares to mimic the bricks, or is it enough that I have the bricks on the paper? Because yeah, it changed my plan, because I was going to do like a gray on gray and then fill these in with bricks of, you know, another piece of the gray, although I guess I shouldn't have done the same color because that wouldn't go. Aha. How about that? And so maybe I'm focusing too much on trying to not have them line up, because, you know, you wouldn't line up bricks, but these are not really bricks, and I still need to do some scrapbook, you know, the things that are visually pleasing are not the same as bricks, which need to have the strength of not being perfectly aligned. So I don't think I like that one right there. Almost at the end of this tape runner. And I feel it's a little soft, so I'm worried that the little bracket thing is broken. Which of course is why I shouldn't be pressing as hard as I am, but it doesn't come off otherwise. The nice thing is that when Creative Memories does like these specialty tape runner cases, like we've had a couple in secret boxes or whatever. It's this piece. It's not the piece that has the little bracket. Oh, the bracket's not broken. This piece broke off. I wonder if it broke off in a different case and I just stuck it in here to use it. Okay, phew. I like the purple case a lot. Okay, all those stuck down. Okay, those are stuck down. I'm gonna do the exact same thing with this side, and then we'll come back and figure out what else this might need. Okay, so I could not stand it, and I had to run upstairs to my computer while I was off camera and look it up. And the alligator's name is Louis. It's spelled L-O-U-I-S, which with Louis Armstrong is pronounced Louis, but with this alligator, they pronounce it Louis. So that's why I was confused, because, you know, it was Louis Armstrong, too confusing. So, but at least now I know. So these are all corner rounded, stuck down. And now I need to decide, I think they do need to have just the line around the edges. Oh, it's gonna be a pain. And they probably don't need it, but kind of on here they have it. I mean, they stand out already very well, so I don't know that they need that, but that line is gonna add a little bit of a definition. And then I need to figure out what I'm going to do for the title right here. Oh, what do they call this? The Castle Stage Show, Castle Forecourt? Drat, I should have looked that up while I was upstairs. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do that. So, you know, I'm in the process of cleaning up or redoing my scrapbook room, and I had these little pull-out drawers I've showed you before, but it used to be one big mess of pens, and I made these little boxes, and I actually covered these with white contact paper, but I just used the cardboard that comes in this Creative Memories cardstock packs. And I think I'm going to do a quick video about how to make little boxes to help corral your scrapbooking stuff. So I couldn't find anything. I've been trying to buy like little plastic organizers, dividers and stuff for this. I couldn't find any, and I realized I've got a whole stack of that cardboard. So there's some gray. That's the silver. Is that the only gray I have? I got this blue gray. Silver, silver, same gray, same gray. Okay. So this color, that could be it. Oh, that could be it too. It's the same one, and that's ultra fine and the round. So I think what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to peel up this piece where I stuck it down, and we're going to test it on the actual color. Oh, I don't know. I think maybe I just want the light gray. If it ends up not being dark enough, that's just going to give a hint, like a little shadow around it. I think we'll start with this one. And again, this is the kind of thing that doesn't really make that much of a difference, probably, but it will make me feel happier to do that. Except now I've got to make sure everything is straight, because once you draw these lines, well, I guess it doesn't matter. But you just kind of have to have a little bit of a steady hand. Oh, I think this is good. It won't be too dramatic. It won't stand out too much, but it acts like a mat, or like around each picture, without me having to actually mat these. So once again, I'm going to pause the camera or clip this out. I guess I will. I guess I won't. I don't need to clip it out. I don't need to pause, but I just messed up. See, that one's a little bit. But I'm not going to make you watch. I'm just going to go ahead and add these little drawn lines all the way around all of these, except I think I wanted to do Castle Stage Show. I think it's called the Forecourt, but I'm not going to write. I'm just going to write Castle Stage Show, and I think I want to do gray letters, and I think maybe I want this gray. So I think I need to get my white letters out so that I can color them and have those be drying while I am tracing around. So let me get the letters. I'm going to color them in. You guys don't have to watch me do that part either. And then I'll trace around and then we'll be back and we'll stick the letters down and maybe do a little journaling, but I don't know what I'm going to say. And then see if I can figure out some kind of embellishments because it does need something else. Okay, I'm going to jump back in for just a second and let you see the difference between this one where I traced around the pictures with the pen and this one where I didn't. And I'm glad that I did. So you can kind of see the difference between the two. Hopefully you can tell just that they just stand out a little bit more. So I'm going to finish this. My letters are drying and I'll be right back. The tracing around is done, but the coloring on these sticker letters still looks a little bit wet. And that one, it looks like I smudged, so I need to fix it anyway. But I know that if I try to handle these while they're wet, I'll be sorry. So I think I'm going to go ahead and figure out any embellishments or things I can come up with for this. And I guess I'm going to start with the stickers from Enchanted. Yeah, here's the two that I had already cut apart from the previous video. So I'll pull out the other pack. Apparently I knew myself well enough to hoard these. I can't really remember which ones we used last time. I mean, I could use Once Upon a Time. That might be cute right there. And Feel the Magic. I don't think I used that the other place. If I do... Oh, look. I got lots of stickers. I'm going to be fine as the years go on when this collection is retired. I think I will use Once Upon a Time up here. I'm a little tempted to put it on a foam square, but I think I'm just going to put it right here. Once Upon a Time. And Feel the Magic can come down here at this end. Yeah, definitely not specific to any brand of theme park, haha. Oh, I could use the castle. Remember, I wanted to use the castle for the other layout, and I couldn't find my stickers. Is that right there? And I think I'm just going to journal that, you know, it's very rare for us to, you know, we never make a point to watch the stage show. I don't remember why on earth would we stop and watch it. It's just not, it's not something we care about. So I'll journal something. All right, that's about the best I can do. And hopefully now everything except that G should be dry enough, but I am going to use my multi-purpose tool, which I think is in a drawer behind me. I have had people ask about the scrapbook room tour, and I do plan to do that for you at some point, but I'm so not close to being done. I'm slowly, I think I brought like one bin of stuff in from the extra room today, and I'm starting to get things put away, but I'm still not done painting or anything like that because I keep getting distracted by scrapbooking. So I think what I'm going to do is, I will do castle first, but I'm going to work backwards, I think. So I could start in the middle. So it's going to be castle, stage show. You know, we cross our fingers. This one doesn't look too shiny. Only that G looks shiny, but it's probably still not quite dry. I mean, these letters are not, they were not designed to do this, to be, oh, I want to go backwards, C-A-S-T-L-E. They weren't designed to be colored on. This is just my own interpretation. I mean, if they were more of a paper, then I think that would be great. And yeah, see, I just touched it and I smudged the edge of that E. Oh well. I don't know if I want to try and make it straight, if it's possible to be straight. I think we're just going to do it crooked. But I mean, if you leave them long enough, they get perfect. You know, by the time I like put this in my album, they'll be fine. And if I could color these and come back the next day. You know, if I wasn't doing this, trying to get this on a video to be done for you. Not that I'm blaming you, but then they would be dry. But just let them, you know, 15 minutes is not quite enough. And I'm just going to do what somebody told me they call dancing letters, and now I love that. See, but I touched it with my thumbnail, and now there's a little smudge on the S. Ugh, I should have waited. So if you color your own sticker letters, give it, you know, if you can let it set overnight, I think you'll be happier. I did use my last A on this and had to pull out another sheet, so I bought multiple packs of these white collegiate letters because they are still available. A lot of the colored ones that they had, they ran out of the different colors, but the white ones, last I checked, were still available. But yeah, let them sit overnight before you try to stick them down, and you'll be happier. I did figure out while I was tracing around my pictures and stuff off camera, how come I think I ramble a little bit when I'm scrapbooking with you guys. And that's because usually I'm listening to like an audiobook or music or watching a show, you know, YouTube or something. Yeah, I don't know how I like those little dancing letters. I think I might want them straight drat. And I don't listen to music when we're here together. So I think that's what maybe messes me up. Okay, we're gonna go back and I'm gonna do these straight and not dancing, which makes it a little bit harder, especially because I've already stuck them down. It also means that I can't talk. So yeah. Oh, off camera. I'll be back once I get all these sticker letters down. All right, I think I'm done. I don't love the spacing on the title. I might have to scoot that over once this is dry. I didn't stick them down very hard because they're still wet, and then I did smudge them. So I went back and I colored them in. So like right now they're still super shiny and wet. I turned my light off, so hopefully you'll be able to see the pictures out the glare. But so I'm gonna let that dry overnight. It's a little simple for me. I am feeling like it needs something else, like, you know, maybe some of these bows or something like that, but I'm afraid that will be too much. Maybe I could do the stars. I don't know. There's only 6 stars. I don't know. That just seems, it needs something else. But I don't know if the stars were it. Maybe that was a dumb thing to do. But I you know me. I always need a little something extra, and I felt like this wasn't doing it for me. One more down there. Let me put it right there. So I don't know about those stars. Maybe unnecessary, but one thing I will say about coloring in the sticker letters, you do have to be really careful. I mean, I did get some ink on my finger, and then when I went to pick up something, I smudged. So you would not want to, I have separate letters. If I want white letters, I would keep those separate from the ones that you're then going to use for coloring in. Because this one, even though it's got blue on it, I could color over it with green or, you know, darker color. So that should be all right. But I think we're done. Layout 76. It's a simple layout. It's not perhaps my favorite layout ever, but it's also not my favorite thing to remember ever. So it tells a story. I got to do what I was hoping for. I do think this little guy is a little crooked now that I'm looking at it, but I got to use those castle pieces, which is the idea that kind of came into my head as I was driving home from the retreat last weekend. So layout 76. I'm super excited that we've made it to 76. And I think that this is all that we have left. So the next one I have is Adventure Friends Cavalcade, Fireworks. So just maybe like 10 more layouts. We're not going to get to 100 in this album. I would love some input from you guys. I have, of course, more Disney photos. I also have some Universal photos. I mean, I want to keep with the Theme Park Thursday theme. My fingers look like they're all dirty, but I don't think they are. I think it's just the lighting in here. I like the Theme Park Thursday thing, but I do think that sometimes the idea of having it be called Theme Park Thursday is maybe keeping some people from watching because I'm just doing a theme park theme. I don't really know what else I could do, like in this series where I do one layout at a time. So I'd love your input if you have some ideas of what I could maybe do as far as what happens next. What happens when we finish this trip? I've got lots of trips. You know, lots of Disney trips. The other trips I've done, I feel like I've, you know, I did my Mexico trip and stuff. So I guess I could do my next Mexico trip. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I need to plan a trip to Hawaii. I think the IRS would let me write off a trip to Hawaii so that I could scrapbook Tropical Thursdays or something for you. We'll see. My guess is no. But all right, thanks so much. I think I'm going to move that down. So hopefully when I go back and I film the intro, that will be moved, and on the thumbnail that'll be corrected, and maybe it won't bother me as much. So thanks for watching episode 76, and I will be back with you again next week with another edition of Theme Park Thursday. Thanks a lot, and happy scrapbooking.